Hi, lovelies, and welcome to this week's podcast. This week's special guest is Charlotte from Charlotte Lane Coaching and Club Energy Gym in Retford, Nottinghamshire. Hi, Charlotte. Will you do me a favour and introduce yourself to my listeners, lovely?
Hello, of course. Hi, everyone. So my name is Charlotte and I am a personal trainer and gym owner. I have been in the fitness industry for, actually nearly 20 years.
Hang on, I need to know on the podcast. You don't look old enough for 20 years. Right, okay, I need to start exercising. Sorry, listeners, I'm just like that when she said 20 years. Obviously, this podcasting, you can't see what she looks like. She is beautiful. Right, go on, sorry.
I started young. No, I started in the fitness industry when I was about 16, 17. So I've just kind of given my age away a little bit more there. And so I've got a lot of experience of being around a lot of different people and seeing all lots of people come into the gym. I've seen how it's changed and how health and fitness has changed. And I'm basically just kind of here to shed a bit of light on what the environment is like now and give a bit of advice.
And debunk a few myths for us. I've got a few questions and a few things that you just presume a gym is like. But obviously, if you've just said it's modernised, it's changed a little bit. So like I said, this week we want to talk about lots of things to do with exercise. So obviously, as my listeners know, I'm 45. I give my age away all the time, unfortunately. I'm definitely perimenopausal. My hormones are all over the place. Don't seem to have time to exercise, and I'm very aware with social media and lots of my friends exercising that you do need to start exercising. How much should I exercise for like my age? And as I start getting older, and some of my clients are older than me, some of them are younger, but do you need to exercise less and look after your body, or how does it work?
So what I should have said as well, very aware that I am not of that perimenopausal age. I deal with a lot of ladies that are though, and I see them every day, day in, day out. So I understand what goes on and what kind of changes and what kind of challenges you do go through in that time period. And I would say with regards to kind of like quantity of exercising, it is very individual. It's what you can do and what you can make time for. No one needs to be going to the gym 6-7 days a week and being there for 90 minutes at a time.
Right, because that's kind of the image on social media at the minute, that I feel like I'm getting older. To keep my body in decent condition, I've got to be at the gym constantly, otherwise I'm going to get this massive perimenopausal belly. I'm not going to be toned, and I don't have 6 days a week to give.
And hardly anyone does.
Right.
Typically, if you are being honest with yourself, and this is not you, this is for everyone, if you are doing absolutely zero level of activity at the minute, if you start doing 2 days a week, that's 2 days more than what you were doing previous. That's beneficial. That's going to be helpful, and that's a positive change. So that will help. So they do recommend starting maybe 2 days a week, and then you can maybe up it to 3, up it to 4 if you have the time. But again, you've not got to be there for 90 minutes. I'm very mindful. I exercise for my mental health a lot. So I am that fool that will be in the gym 6 days a week because that's what works for me. But I do it in a way that I don't burn myself out. So I'll have a specific program I've done myself. So I will train that body part on that day, that body part on that day. So I'm not running myself into the ground or exhausting myself. But I still get those benefits for my mental health.
That's where I worry about that. Also, truthfully, I don't exercise. I do the odd little bit every now and again where I'll join something online and I'll do a few little classes. But if I push myself too much, my knees ache for days and days and days, and I can't walk. I struggle sometimes to get up from the sofa, and I'm like walking around, but I'm walking around like an old lady. So you have that balance, and people keep saying you're of the age you need to get to the gym. I'm thinking, go to the gym. My body can't cope with it with just a nice little walker size thing that it wants me to do. So
those joint pains are one of the typical perimenopausal symptoms.
Ah, right.
So that is something very usual and typical that people experience going through that.
Right.
And what we tend to say is make sure you have enough recovery to deal with that. So they tend to say don't lower the intensity of the exercise itself, but maybe lower the frequency. So if you are trying to jump and go straight into 4 days a week at the gym, but you're suffering with that joint pain, drop it down. Give yourself enough recovery, enough days off to get over that before you go back in again.
That goes on to, like, I am a social media, like, stalker. I'm the biggest like person who I see something, oh my God, I need to buy it. Oh my God, that works. Oh, this works. So I keep seeing on social media, especially because it's very empowering seeing women doing weight training. I absolutely love it. The thought of it frightens me to death. But is it true that exercise does help with your bones? Because obviously we're just talking about joint aches, and I'm thinking, oh God, are my bones starting to get really like brittle because I am going through the menopause?
There's a lot of use it or lose it that comes into terms of that. And as you go through the menopause, there's a lot of the hormonal imbalances and the changes that come along with that. And one big thing is to focus on the muscle mass. So the load-bearing exercises, the resistance training, the strength training, the weights that you see people using are hugely, hugely beneficial. Whether you go through menopause or not, that's how I've seen a big difference in my physique, and that's through focusing on strength training. And like you say, it's all over social media at the minute. Really, just be careful because not everyone has said qualifications that we should be showing you certain things. But it's hugely beneficial. Building that lean muscle mass is what's going to help maintain functionality. So like you say, if you're getting up and you're struggling with your joints and your aches, that use it or lose it, you're going to build that bone density and help maintain it through doing those load-based exercise. The more you lift, the stronger you get.
Right, okay, so I'd need to actually start doing swim weights then.
I would recommend it, but I find it, and a lot of women, this last 12 months, especially the last 6 months, I've seen a lot more women getting involved with the resistance training. Yeah. And that in itself is really empowering. Yeah. To see women, like I say, I've been in the gym environment for nearly 20 years. Nearly 20 years ago, women weren't coming in the gym and wanting to lift weights. They were going.
It was not seen. It was in a nice way. Gyms, and you can debunk this with me. Then for me, the reason I don't go to the gyms is I think, oh, women are going to turn up with a full face of makeup on, and men are going to be these big, muscly men and weight training, and then they're going to look at me like lifting a tiny little arm bar, and they're going to be like, what are you doing? Get out of the way, sort of thing. So, and when I've been to gyms, and you used to pay your £50 a month membership, and you go to a big, massive gym without naming names, and there was like 600 treadmills, and you run next to someone, and you're like, that I can't keep up with them, and it was all just pressure. Yeah. So you say it's changed. Yeah. Can you give us an idea of your gym then?
So I'm really, really proud of my gym. So Club Energy is the gym that I first started working in. I've gone and come back, and that's why I've been in and out. But I'm super proud to say that we have people aged 14 up to in their 70s. Wow. Male and female, all different shapes, all different sizes. They're all there for different reasons. They're all there for themselves, or a lot of people come for their kids. They want to be healthy for their kids. Yeah, set good examples. But I am super, super proud that no matter who you are, when you walk into that gym, you will feel welcome and feel comfortable. Yeah. There's a gym out there for everyone. If you want that bodybuilder's gym, or if you like, each to their own, you go where you want to go. If you want to go into a building and not say hello to anyone, just focus on you, you can find that. But I think there are a lot of gyms out there at the minute. So they're not that typical one that we have in that mind that we think about when we think about gyms anymore. There's loads of different options. But yeah, I'm super proud that my gym, Club Energy, is just a super friendly, super chilled, fun environment where you can go and kind of feel that sense of community a little bit. Yeah. And if you're not feeling super motivated, because we never always are, it's nice to at least know you're going to go in and have a nice little chat or see someone and say hello when we get there.
Yeah, so that's debunked a few myths of like us all thinking that you either have to join a muscle gym or a big chain of a gym where there's a lot of treadmills and you feel under pressure, stood running next to somebody.
Don't get me wrong, I still work there, so I will still wear my makeup. However, depending on what day of the week it is and how close it is to hair wash day, I'll look progressively worse. So don't worry about that. I'm exactly the same. I'm not against makeup, obviously. I'm not too eyebrows, eyes and lips for a living. So my clients going to your gym, obviously looking perfect, and they're like, I'm not sweaty, dog.
Well, yeah, no, do you know when you just feel like sometimes you get that image of they've got the most gorgeous body, they're running, then nothing's sweating, and you come out and you're red-faced, and I've got, for me, jelly bits everywhere. Some of my friends, like, we have jelly bits everywhere, and you go in and you're like, got the baggiest jumper and T-shirt on, and then all these people, you're like that. Wow, they look amazing. But that's good to know then that obviously it's friendly. But so would you say then there's obviously lots of types of gyms and lots of types of instructors. Do you have to find a gym that suits your personality then, and don't be afraid to try a few different ones?
Yeah, 100%. You have to. It can be difficult enough to get yourself to the gym at the best of times.
Yeah.
So you want to find one where you feel comfortable.
Yeah, because if you're a complete beginner, you're just going to go on social media and start, or internet and start Googling, do gyms offer free?
I was going to say, in my opinion, all good gyms now will offer you a free trial. So we do a free 3-day guest pass.
Oh,
so you get free visits.
Yeah.
And it just means you can try it at different times. You can try different classes. You can get a feel for the place before you sign on the dotted line.
Yeah, that's really nice, actually. But it takes a bit of pressure off, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like me when I do consultations. Some people might not like what I do. Some people might not gel.
Yeah.
The environment. They might not need permanent makeup. They may need to go to a different type of gym.
Exactly. I never really take on a PT client unless I've sat down, have a conversation with them and had that initial free consultation, just to make sure they actually can think, okay, I can spend an hour with this woman. It's okay. I don't want to punch her in the face. Like, I can do this. We're going to get to that in a minute. Or you might, but you won't, so it's fine.
I absolutely love it. So while you're talking about punching in the face, I'm going off on a tangent, but how do you keep people motivated? Because I guess you're either going to go, when you're exercising, you're going to hit the walls. You're either going to get Kevin and Perry attitude of, oh my God, I don't want to do this, I can't do this, I give up. And me, I would be melodramatic on the floor, not wanting to do anything. Or I guess you get the other side where your client potentially can get a little bit, not violent, but like, you can't make me. How do you actually motivate them when people are struggling?
So there's a couple of tips that I would give people to motivate themselves.
Yeah.
And then I can tell you how I motivate people as a PT. So ways to keep yourself motivated. It's habit forming. If you can form a habit, then you've succeeded in half a battle. Because again, I exercise a lot. It keeps me sane, or mostly sane. Well, I'm not doing all that. But even I don't want to do it all the time. But I know that I have to do that on that day, I do that on that day, and that on that day. And having that little routine, and I've built that habit, it makes me still go. So if you can build a little habit in there and get used to it, then you'll nail it. And also try and find something that you enjoy. So it doesn't have to, like I know we've said resistance training is fantastic, but if you're doing nothing at the minute and you're looking to improve that activity level, you haven't got to go straight into a 4-day split program weight training in the gym. You haven't, but anything's going to be advantageous. So maybe try a class, do a gym class. You've got that sense of community. It's fun. You can meet new people. You've got the music, depending on what class you do. You can still do a resistance training. You could do a body pump or a body power class. Just to get yourself in there. One of my, what I was going to say favourite, I can't say favourites, I don't have favourites, I love them all. One of my clients, regular clients, she started doing a boogie bounce class with me a few years ago, and she would come once a week. And that was, she'd not been in a gym for 20 odd years. She's postmenopausal. She did that, loved it, and then a few months later wanted to speak to me, had a consultation and asked to start doing PTing. So then she started doing 2 PT sessions with me a week. So she was doing 1 class, 2 PT sessions. Now she's in that gym, let me think, 4 nights a week, absolutely loving life, like cannot imagine life without the gym, and thoroughly loves it.
People do say it is addictive.
Yeah.
But it is that first step of getting that gym bag packed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna not lie. In one of my beauty treatment rooms, I have a gym bag packed.
Yeah.
Well, have I been? No. Do I go? No. Packed it. So in my mind, I'm actually being really, really, really good. But it's that getting the gym kit on and going for a run.
Yeah.
Going for a walk.
Yeah.
It's just doing it. So habit forming. You've got to block the time out, haven't you?
It's where a lot of people struggle, and I've seen it. I've seen it over the years. A lot of people kind of want those instantaneous results.
I'm one of them, unfortunately. Sorry, I have to.
No. It's very, very normal. A lot of people want those very fast results, and it's very difficult because you see all these transformations, and I'm not knocking them, but you see, oh my gosh, they dropped all these inches and all these pounds in 2 weeks. Well done, you. And okay, I'm not saying
I go exercising once and I expect to change in my body.
Yeah, I'm not discrediting any of those results or any of the work that's gone into that. However, I think what what I recommend is you have to flip it in your head and make it long-term and make it sustainable. So don't focus too much on the inch loss or the pound loss or anything like that. This is a lifestyle change. This is a health improvement for yourself overall. Those results will come. But a lot of people don't see those initial results in the first 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks. Honestly, they don't.
That's good to know, because you've got to keep going and power through that.
But because they don't see those results so quickly, they give up.
Yeah, that's me.
And that's those first 2 months are the hardest 2 months, because you feel like you have no fitness level. Everything feels hard. You're so completely out of your comfort zone. You don't know what you're doing. But if you push through those first 2 to 3 months, oh my gosh, the difference you will feel. Like, you'll do the same exercise that you did in week 1, and you'll be like, oh my God, this is really easy. Like, I can do something more now. But unfortunately, people don't stick with it long enough to appreciate the results from that.
And truthfully, I do think social media has a lot to blame for that, because obviously, I'm recently married, and perimenopausal, so I have the belly. So I went and got cheese. I had the lemon fat dissolving thing. I had that.
Yeah.
I had I can't think of the machine. The fat melting machine. I had that, and I still, as soon as I ate on my wedding day, got my belly back. Yeah, doesn't matter. That's my body, and it's a shape, and we just get so obsessed with, oh my God, my back fat or my belly fat. I'm a woman. I'm meant to have curves. Yeah. And truthfully, when I actually lose weight, too much information, but when I lose weight, I lose it off my boobs. Yeah, and I actually think my boobs are quite nice. It's still bouncing from my head. It's not sucking or anything. So it's all relative, isn't it? And it really is. So yeah, we are a world of quick, instant fix it, aren't we? And social media, in my opinion, I love social media, so I can keep an eye on my friends. I can get inspiration. I'll look at things, but I do think it's a detriment to like your mental health and your anxiety, and then obviously you're on social media and then you're struggling to sleep. So again, does exercise help with all those things, like your sleep, anxiety, mood?
Yeah, definitely. I always know my anxiety is getting worse because I spend more time on social media.
Yeah.
I don't know what comes first.
Yeah.
It's like a vicious cycle. But no, exercise is the most underutilized antidepressant you can come across. If I'm feeling sad, if I'm feeling angry, overwhelmed, anxious, depressed, I exercise. I don't over-exercise because that can then become unhealthy in itself.
Yeah.
But even just going for a walk and getting some fresh air really helps.
To be fair, that is true. The times I've felt overwhelmed and stressed for various different things, and I'm looking, my salon's on the riverside.
Yeah.
And I just go, do you know what, don't put your trainers on and just go and have a walk and have fresh air hitting my face.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
Yeah. So it's my coping mechanism. And a lot of people have different coping mechanisms. It can be talking with friends, talking with family. Some people lean more towards work. I've had unhealthy coping mechanisms in the past, and this is the healthiest one and the best one that's worked for me. But with regards to sleep, especially obviously those ladies that are perimenopausal, it does affect your sleep really badly.
Yeah.
And it can affect your mood.
Yeah, definitely.
They can give you like mood. Exercise helps combat that. Exercise helps you sleep. So exercise, it sounds like it's contradicting itself, but exercise gives you more energy, but then it also helps you sleep better.
So can I answer a dumb question?
Yeah.
Does it depend on your own personality, but should you exercise then in the morning, afternoon, or evening?
That is very individual to a person. I have exercised this morning, but only because I had to be in the gym for a class. So I exercise after, and I know I'll feel fantastic for it. I know I will. However, if I am given the choice to set my alarm and get up early and go to the gym, or to stay in bed, I know I will stay in bed.
That's me. I can't get up.
So don't set yourself up for failure, because then you'll feel even worse.
Yeah, you do.
And you'll beat yourself up.
Yeah, you're doing.
So
Go when you cycle, isn't it?
Yeah. So go when you're most likely to go, rather than giving yourself an out and then feeling bad about it.
Yeah, because a lot of people have a lot of gyms, and a lot of people go to classes at 7, 8 o'clock at night, and I'm like, surely you should be winding down then, but that won't affect your sleep. Depending on you, obviously.
Again, it depends on the individual. A lot of people that we have in the gym, so we have last 6 months gone 24 hours in the gym, so open 24 hours. Game changer.
Really?
Yeah, game changer. Because a lot of people work shifts.
Yeah.
A lot of people have kids.
Yeah.
So one of my closest friends, bless her, she's got 2 young kids at home under 5. And I see her 3 times a week in that gym at 5 a.m.
How on earth? That's what I was just going to say. How on earth? And I use it as an excuse. Being truthful, I have to be truthful because you'll see my BS if not. I use the fact I'm a busy mum, a business owner, that I'm looking after all my clients. I don't have time to go to the gym, and you're like, yeah, my gym's open 20 hours.
I did say that.
Darling, it's a new excuse.
I'm very aware that I don't have children, so I can't comprehend what it can be like having other people control your attention and your time. But I do see a lot of women and men come into the gym and they make it work. But it has to be one of your priorities. I know a lot of people see it as being selfish.
Yes.
And it's not being selfish, it's a form of self-care.
Honestly, that is 100%, you hit the nail on the head, and I bet that's a lot of your clients. When you become a mum, you instantly change. Like I used to, years ago, I used to do a bit of kickboxing, and as soon as you become a mum, they are your priority. Your health, your fitness, how you cut, everything is just orientated around your kids. You sometimes forget to clean your teeth, let alone block out some time to go to the gym. So, yeah, it's lovely to hear that you actually got clients that, do you know what, are managing somehow in their diary to get to the gym.
And I'm not saying it's easy. I am not saying it's easy at all. I see the work, and I see the effort, and I see the graft that has to go in. But the people that make it work are the people that have, like I said, they've made it a priority because they know that they can be a better parent if they are in a better frame of mind, if they've had that 45 minutes to an hour time by themselves, working on themselves, escaping, just being them again, and getting healthier, because they are ultimately doing it for their children. So it's not selfish. So don't ever think that. I know a lot of people do. Yeah, it's very easy to say, but don't think it's selfish.
Yeah, it is trying to get time and get rid of the guilt. But I think we are getting better, especially women. Women are getting more empowered. Like we've said, we've seen more women competing now, and spending more and more time. But it is a case of, you've got to schedule it in. You definitely have. So thank you so much, honestly, for those hints and tips. I literally feel inspired. My trainers may come out of the bag. I'm not promising, but apparently gyms are open longer hours. Okay, I need another excuse that, I'm designing a new training course. I can't possibly go to the gym just yet. But honestly, Charlotte, thank you so much. So as you know, some of my podcasts are about love and laughter, as well as hints and tips on beauty and things. The whole point is to make us sparkle and us laugh. Obviously, exercise is a massive, massive part of that. Is there anything that you could just tell my listeners that just would make them laugh and make them smile for the rest of the day?
I would say, so I can give you a funny story about me in the gym. Please don't ever feel uncomfortable or out of place being in the gym, and try not to assume anything from anyone in the gym, because they might look a certain way, but they might have the same insecurities that you have and whatnot. You never know why someone's there or how they're feeling themselves. So just try. It's I call it a judgment-free zone. But don't worry about embarrassing yourself in the gym. I've literally done it all. I have done it all. I promise you. I've ripped my trousers more than once. Yes, more than once. I've had to walk out with a jumper around my waist. I've ripped them in the middle of a class before, doing a boogie bounce class, like middle of the class, had to continue teaching. No one's bothered. I've dropped things, honestly, please. I shouldn't say this. I'm a fully qualified fitness professional, and I have made silly mistakes. And if I could show you the CCTV footage of all the mistakes that I've made in that gym, you'd be here for hours. So please don't ever feel, there's no stupid question at all. And it's there to make you feel better, not to make you feel worse about yourself. So just enjoy yourself.
I definitely feel like, especially for like someone like you and your gym, and the ultimate ethos is you've got to gel with that gym. Mm-hmm. Don't feel pressured to go to a gym that you don't like. If you don't like that gym, don't give up. Yeah, go to a different one. You can try a few different ones. So thanks ever so much. I'm going to leave all Charlotte's information below. Please check out her Instagram profiles, because there are so many amazing hints and tips on there. And about like motivation.
Motivation, training tips and hints and whatnot, and how to use bits of equipment, and what so you haven't got this, and Just there's something out there for everyone. Don't think you have to do what everyone else is doing. Find something that works for you. And if you're not sure, just ask. And you can always pop me a message over, give me a call, arrange a bit of a consultation if you don't kind of know where to go next, but know you want to do something. There's something out there that could work for everyone. There really is.
Thank you again. And you may see me in your gym. 2 o'clock in the morning, ladies, 2 o'clock in the morning, it will have to be. So I hope you all have an amazing week. I hope you've enjoyed this podcast and it's got you to be inspired to go, whether it's just for a walk with your dogs or go play football with your kids or go and watch some Instagram hints and tips on things that you can do before you even get yourself ready for a gym. And have an amazing week, guys, and thanks ever so much for continuing to listen. Keep your sparkle on.